I've noticed how much time students, including me, spend on social media. Sometimes it's a great way to connect, learn, and stay updated. Other times it feels like a distraction, stealing from my study time. Do you think social media is more of a tool or a trap for students?
I'd say it's very useful if we use it wisely. We can join study groups, follow educational pages, and even attend live lectures on platforms like YouTube or LinkedIn. Many of my friends picked up coding, digital art, and photography through free tutorials online. Beyond academics, it helps us connect globally, which broadens perspectives.
That's true, but we can't ignore the harm. Many students waste hours scrolling through reels and random videos, getting hooked without realizing it. This addiction ruins focus, disturbs sleep, and affects health. Constant comparisons with the perfect lives people post online often trigger anxiety or depression. So yes, it's useful, but risky too.
I agree with both of you. YouTube lectures and online groups have helped me academically, but I also feel pressured by people's polished lives online. It lowers my confidence sometimes. Social media really is both a blessing and a curse.
Fair point. Still, let's not forget the power students gain through it. Social movements like those for climate change or mental health gain momentum online, and students can join in to raise awareness. It gives us a platform to make a difference.
Sure, but most students don't use it for activism. Instead, they waste time. Plus, misinformation is everywhere. Fake news spreads faster than facts, and many students fall for it. Cyberbullying is another danger, leaving many students anxious or insecure. These issues can't be ignored.
Absolutely. That's why digital literacy is vital. Schools should teach students how to fact check, protect their privacy, and use social media responsibly. If we learn to separate the useful from the harmful, many problems could be avoided.
Parents also have a role. Instead of scolding kids for being online, they should guide them to follow educational or meaningful content. That way, students learn to use social media productively.
True, but ultimately the responsibility lies with students. We need discipline, time limits, no endless late-night scrolling, and focusing on valuable content. Without self-control, it's easy to spiral into addiction.
So, to sum up, social media offers resources, global connections, and platforms for activism, but it also distracts, spreads misinformation, and harms mental health. Ever since the pandemic, I've been wondering, between online learning and classroom learning, which one is better for students? Both seem to have their pros and cons. What do you think?
I think online learning is very flexible. Students can attend classes from anywhere, save travel time, and even revisit recorded lectures. For those who have part-time jobs or live far from school, online learning is a real advantage.
That's true, but I still prefer the classroom. In face-to-face classes, students can ask questions directly, interact with teachers and peers, and stay more focused. Online classes often lead to distractions, especially if students are multitasking.
I agree with both of you. Online learning gives freedom, but sometimes I miss the energy of a classroom discussion. Also, technical issues like poor internet can really disrupt online classes.
Yes, but we should also admit that online learning gives access to global education. For example, students in small towns can attend lectures from professors in top universities worldwide. This was never possible before.
True, but learning is not just about lectures. It's also about teamwork, building friendships, and participating in extracurricular activities. Those experiences are much richer in a traditional classroom.
That's a good point. I've heard some students say they feel isolated in online learning. Sitting alone in front of a screen all day can affect motivation and even mental health.
Exactly. On the other hand, online learning has made education more inclusive. Students with disabilities or health issues who find commuting difficult can still study without barriers.
I completely agree, but discipline is harder online. In classrooms, teachers can monitor students directly. Online, many students just log in but don't actually pay attention.
Yes, I've noticed that too. Some of my classmates play games or scroll social media during online lectures. That's a big drawback.
Maybe a blended model is the solution. Some days online, some days offline. That way, we get the best of both worlds, flexibility plus interaction.
Yes, blended learning is becoming more popular. It gives balance and helps students learn not just through books, but also through technology.
So, to sum up, online learning provides flexibility, inclusivity, and global access, but it can also cause isolation, lack of focus, and fewer real world interactions. Traditional learning offers structure, discipline, and social experience, but it lacks flexibility. I've been noticing how much time students, including myself, spend on social media. Sometimes it feels like a great way to connect, but sometimes it feels like a distraction. Do you think social media is more helpful or harmful for students?
I think it's very helpful. Social media keeps us connected with friends, helps us share ideas, and even provides educational content. For example, many students follow science, history, or motivational pages that actually improve their knowledge.
That's true, Rohit, but it also has a dark side. Many students waste hours scrolling through reels or memes. It affects their focus, sleep, and sometimes even grades. I've seen classmates who get distracted during study hours because of constant notifications.
I agree with both of you. Personally, I've learned a lot from YouTube lectures and online study groups. But at the same time, I sometimes feel pressured to look perfect online because of how people present themselves on Instagram or Snapchat.
That's a valid point. Social media can cause peer pressure and comparison. But I think if students use it wisely, they can gain more than they lose. It's all about balance.
Balance is important, but it's not always easy. These apps are designed to be addictive. The more time we spend, the more ads they show, which makes companies profit. Students often don't realize they're being trapped in that cycle.
True. And cyberbullying is another problem. Some students face online harassment, which can affect their confidence and mental health.
Yes, but at the same time, social media can also give students a voice. For example, campaigns about climate change, women's rights, or social issues often start online and involve students. It gives us a platform to raise awareness and be heard.
That's correct. Social media can be powerful for activism, but we should also be careful not to spread fake news. Students sometimes believe everything they see online without checking if it's true.
So, to sum up, social media has both positive and negative effects. It helps with learning, communication, and awareness, but it can also lead to distraction, addiction, and mental health issues. The key is responsible use.
Lately, I've been considering whether studying abroad is worth it. Many of my friends are applying to universities overseas, but I keep wondering if the benefits really outweigh the costs and challenges. What are your thoughts?
I think studying abroad is a great opportunity. Students are exposed to new cultures, different teaching styles, and diverse perspectives. It builds independence and adaptability, which are valuable both personally and professionally. Employers often look for candidates who have international exposure.
That's true, but not everyone can afford it. Tuition fees and living costs abroad are often very high. Unless students have scholarships or financial support, they may graduate with heavy debt. That financial stress can overshadow the benefits.
Yes, cost is a big factor. But what about the career advantages? Many people say an international degree opens more doors.
Definitely. For example, students studying in countries with advanced research facilities or strong industries get access to internships, networks, and job opportunities that may not be available at home. It can give them a competitive edge in the global job market.
True, but studying abroad also has emotional challenges. Being far away from family and friends can cause loneliness and homesickness. Some students struggle to adjust to new cultures, food, or even language barriers. That can affect their mental health and academic performance.
I've heard that too. Some students feel isolated, especially if they don't find supportive communities. But others say it makes them stronger and more confident.
I agree. Overcoming those challenges builds resilience. Also, students often return home with a global perspective that benefits their societies. For example, they might introduce new ideas, teaching methods, or business practices that help local communities grow.
But we shouldn't forget that staying in one's home country also has benefits. Students can remain close to family support, save money, and still get a good education. Many top universities are in our own country, so it's not always necessary to go abroad.
So, to sum up, studying abroad offers valuable experiences, new opportunities, and career benefits, but it also brings financial strain and emotional challenges. Students need to weigh their personal goals and circumstances before deciding. Lately, I've noticed how artificial intelligence is everywhere. Chatbots, voice assistants, online shopping recommendations, even healthcare apps. Sometimes it feels exciting, but sometimes it feels scary. Do you think AI is helping us more, or is it creating more problems?
I think AI is mostly beneficial. It makes life easier and more efficient. For example, AI helps students like us with research, grammar checks, and even personalized learning. In healthcare, it assists doctors in diagnosing diseases faster. It saves time and improves accuracy.
That's true, but we also need to be cautious. AI is powerful, but it comes with risks. For instance, people are becoming too dependent on it. Students often use AI tools for assignments without really learning the subject. Plus, AI can replace human jobs, which is a big concern for the future.
Yes, I've seen that too. Many of my classmates rely on AI to write essays or solve problems. While it's helpful, it may reduce critical thinking and creativity if overused.
But we can't deny that AI opens up new opportunities too. For example, it creates jobs in data science, robotics, and software development. Instead of taking away all jobs, AI shifts the kinds of skills people need.
Maybe, but not everyone can easily adapt to those new skills. Low-skilled workers might struggle the most. Imagine factory workers or drivers losing their jobs because machines or self-driving cars replace them. That creates inequality in society.
So, to sum up, AI has both benefits and risks. It improves efficiency, creates opportunities, and solves problems. But it also raises concerns about jobs, privacy, and overdependence.
Thank you for watching this video. Will help you a lot, and subscribe our channel Vital PTE Academy to see more education related videos of PTE Academy. I will meet you in next video.